City boy, city boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we gotta go ahead and do a Monday Night Raw on Netflix review. And what can I say about this show that I didn't say about last week's show? Because this week's show was pretty much the exact same. It was it was the exact same show as last week's show. I'm not nothing new happened here. Okay, nothing was progressed. Nothing happened. All right, how can we be in a situation where week after week after week after week there are no story beats, man? There's no story beats. Nothing happens for any reasons anymore. Shit just happens and we just gotta sit here and accept it. They still haven't explained the Bronson Reed situation. All right, they gave a 20-minute promo and they still didn't explain that shit. How do you spend 20 minutes talking about absolutely nothing? Zero substance to what you're talking about, man. This show pissed me off in so many different regards, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, man. Let me know what y'all thought about the show down in the comments below, and let's jump right into today's video. All right, so we start off the show, of course, with the recap of, a couple of the things that happened at Saturday Night Main Event with the whole John Cena and R-Truth match and situation John Cena getting into with Jey Uso, then the, subsequent match at the end of the show, whatever, right? And also the Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Sami Zayn match, where Bronson Reed appeared, right? So recap those two things. Then, of course, after that, we get our superstar walkouts, and it just why? Why do I have to sit here and watch fucking Finn Balor and JD McDonough? It pisses me off. Why do I have to see them walking into the ring, into the arena? Whatever. We move on. Okay. Seth's little collective that he's brought together. All right. Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Seth Rollins himself. They come out because they're the ones that are going to open up the show. Okay. And like I said, they cut a 20-minute promo where they said absolutely nothing. All right, and this audience is one of the most retard audiences I've ever seen on live television ever in my life. Okay, they come out, they're singing Seth Rollins' music. Paul Heyman cuts his shit promo where he calls Braun Breaker an attack dog. All right, that's so now we know exactly what Triple H thinks of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is not actually a star, even though that's what fucking Paul Heyman also said. He said, "Oh, if you think about anybody, if the Terminator came back and you asked the Terminator who would be main eventing WrestleMania 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, the Terminator would say Braun Breaker." Okay, so how is this little venture that he's in right now, how is this going to elevate him to that? Do we get that answer? No, of course not. All right, we just say this is Braun Breaker's great, Braun Breaker's this, Braun Breaker's that, and then we move on to Bronson Reed. All right, we also get no explanation for why Bronson Reed is here. All right, Bronson Reed, all Paul Heyman does is say exactly what we've all said. All right, I don't care who you've watched in whatever review, whatever you've watched. Okay, all the fans across the internet, they're all saying the same damn thing. You have to make this make sense. Bronson Reed was just hitting Seth Rollins with 89,000 tsunamis. Bronson Reed was just beating the dog shit out of Seth Rollins. They were just in a fucking blood feud just a couple of months ago. You have to explain this shit and you have to make it stick. It has to make fucking sense, man. And they did not. All Paul Heyman said was, he just took the necessary route, and he took his initiative and he destroyed Seth Rollins. He caused a lot of pain to Seth Rollins, and then he just moved on. All right, he did more damage to Seth Rollins than CM Punk and Seth Rollins could manage together in one night. Okay, so why is he here? Why? Then that is just not explained. okay? And then Seth Rollins proceeds to say, oh, this is the future, this is my vision, I am the visionary, I am the revolutionary. What is your vision? You still haven't explained it. You just keep saying that this is the future. This is my vision, all right? You can't question my credibility. Like, what the fuck? And then the audience is talking about, fuck you, Seth, you sold out, and all this shit. And then Seth Rollins is like, you're questioning my credibility. You were just singing my song 5 minutes ago. And then the audience fucking starts singing the song. I'm like, what am I watching right now, man? What the fuck is going on my television screen? This shit was just bad. I'm sitting here watching this shit dumbfounded, like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So not only was this whole entire promo boring, not only was the audience fucking retarded, all right, we still got no explanation for anything that's going on. This whole 20 minutes, the only thing that we got is that Braun Breaker's an attack dog, Bronson Reed used to beat the fuck out of Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is going for the Money in the Bank. Cool. Like, we had to spend 20 minutes to do that, to get through all of that, okay? Whatever the fuck, we move on. All right, next up, we got Chad Gable versus Penta versus Dragon Lee in a Money in the Bank qualifiers match. I could not give a damn about this match. Penta won. All right, he rolls up Gable, he hits Gable with the Penta driver. All right, Gable was being distracted by El Hijo, by Del Vikingo. All right, throughout the match, and Dragon Lee did some crazy shit where he jumped off of the ropes or jumped off of something, and like flew over to the announce table and like speared fucking Penta. It was a crazy ass move. This is what I'm talking about on live television, on free television. Paul Levesque is out here having his talent do the craziest fucking shit. This motherfucker could have broke his neck and he wasn't even winning the match. Like that's the type of shit that I be talking about. Like, this motherfucker just jumps out of the ring all the way over the announce table to spear this motherfucker Penta off the announce table, and could have broke his damn neck doing that shit, and he didn't even win the match. This is the type. This is the shit I be talking about. All right, but whatever. Like I said, Penta pin Chad Gable. All right, because duh, and we move on. So we get the Judgment Day. They're backstage. They're all talking. Here comes Roxanne Perez with a plate of chicken tendies, pulling up to Dominic Mysterio, asking if he wants some. Then she tries to give him a massage. Liv Morgan comes back. She has obviously an issue with Roxanne Perez. She says that she's going to go and try to get a qualifying match from Adam Pearce. And that was that. Let me tell you why I don't give a damn about this whole Roxanne Perez, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan thing. Because we just saw this. We literally just saw this same story play out with Rhea Ripley. But at least Rhea Ripley was like a bigger star, like objectively, than Roxanne Perez. So, Liv Morgan, like, she had, like, she was able to get her name over because Rhea Ripley was so over. Okay? Roxanne Perez is not going to get over at all because Liv Morgan, like, they're just switching Liv Morgan into the Rhea Ripley role, and now Roxanne is in Liv Morgan's old role. Like, that's all this is. It's the same fucking story, and we're seeing the same shit because Liv Morgan also gave Dominic Mysterio some chicken tendies. All right, Liv Morgan also was trying to give Dominic Mysterio massages. Liv Morgan was also brought in by by an outside. She was trying to get into the group, this, that, and the other, right? Like, it was the same story. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. We're getting the same shit week after week after week, and wherever the stories are just on repeat because Hunter has zero ideas. All right, we move on. After that, we had a Memorial Day tribute. You know what I'm saying? Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. If you lost anybody, in battle, we all have, family members, in the Army and the Marines and the Navy, you know what I'm saying? Somebody serving. So, shout out to those people today. And, that was that. I have no issues with this, obviously. And then we move on. So we had Tazawa versus Rusev after this. And obviously Rusev won. Okay. We got a 2-week build-up to this fucking match for Rusev to win in like a minute and a half. All right, he like kicks Tazawa, you know what I'm saying, and hits him with the accolade, and that was that. Then he just chokes him out after the match, right? And that was that, right? Sheamus came out for the save, and they just stared each other down. Okay, so we got Sheamus and Rusev standing. This is gonna be Rusev's next feud, obviously, And this is what we were building towards, apparently. And nothing happened, of course. Rusev just walks away while Sheamus is staring him down. That's it. That's all we got. And we don't touch on this at all again for the rest of the night. All right, and we move on. Next up, we got Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura taking up time from talent on the team on national TV, right on Netflix prime time, fucking shilling their goddamn Heavenly Father, shilling their freaking Netflix comedy specials and TV shows and shit like that. All right, fuck you, Bert Kreischer. Fuck you, Tom Segura, and fuck the War Raiders for being in this damn segment. All right, yes, they do in fact look just like Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, the War Raiders, do, because they're all four of them fat, out of shape jobbers. All four of them. Okay, it is what it is. Let's move the fuck on. We got the New Day versus the Creed Brothers versus the War Raiders in one of those dumbass triple threat tag team matches that makes absolutely no sense. I already said it last time that if one of these matches came up again, I'm not watching it because the logic makes no sense. I cannot suspend my disbelief enough during this match. It's just not possible. It's simply not possible. The logic is not fucking logicking whenever I'm watching a match like this. Who cares? New Day wins. This was a title match, so of course they were going to win. They win by roll up over the Creeds, and then we move the fuck on to a Jey Uso promo where Jey Uso once again says absolutely nothing. Okay? He says absolutely nothing. He gets out there and proceeds to say absolutely nothing. Okay? Tired of people, it's the same shit that we get week after week, like I keep saying, okay? What does Jey Uso said? Okay, they're doubting me, this, that, and the other. I gotta feed my family. They're doubting me. Here comes Gunther slobbing down Jey Uso because that's all Gunther does. All Gunther does is show people respect. All right, he's a heel, but all he does is come out and just slob down his opponent. Oh, well, you're such a great person. You're always there for your friends, and you're such a great human being. You have great qualities to have as a human being. You have the championship longer than I expected you to have it. You're trying to fulfill all your obligations. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're trying to be a great champion. All right, but I'm just a better champion. Yo, what am I watching right now, bro? What is this? What is this? Why are we still watching this shit? All right, and then it's why are we getting this match after Money in the Bank? Why are we getting Jey Uso in a meaningless tag match with John Cena and fucking Logan Paul? Why are we getting that match instead of a match for the World Heavyweight Championship? Makes no sense. But yeah, Gunther comes out, says nothing. Jey Uso says nothing. All right? Gunther says this promo, then Jey Uso goes to respond where he just says, I'm done a bunch of times. I'm done. All right? I'm done with people saying my days as a champion are numbered. I'm done. All right? I'm not overlooking you. I'm going to see you in Phoenix, Oos. All right? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. We move on. What the fuck? What is this? What am I watching right now, bro? This shit is ass. All right? Jey Uso is ass. This is your world heavyweight champion that we're talking about. And he can't cut a promo to save his fucking life, man. He can't. He just can't do it. He physically cannot do it. He's 40 years old and he cannot cut a decent promo. We move the fuck on, all right? We got Liv versus Kyrie Sane next because I guess at some point there was a segment where fucking Liv Morgan and Kyrie Sane, they bumped into each other backstage, and Kyrie was like, hey, I want to match with you. So that's how we got here. Liv Morgan won this, Liv Morgan lost this match. Kyrie rolled her up because Roxanne Perez came out, tried to help, but Roxanne was getting berated by fucking what's-her-face, Raquel Rodriguez, out there on ringside, right? Raquel, what are you doing out here? You're just thinking about yourself, this, that, and the other. Liv Morgan gets distracted. Kyrie Sane takes that opportunity, rolls her up, and she wins the match. All right, and then that was that. Next up, after that, we got a vignette from Rhea Ripley where she basically just said, yeah, she promises that she's going to win the Money in the Bank, and she's going to get back her title. Whatever, who cares? All right, we move the fuck on. Judgment Day, they get another segment, right, where the audio is just shot, so we don't even know what they said in the beginning. But Liv Morgan basically blames Raquel for not being on her 10 toes and her losing the match. Whatever. All right, who cares? We move on. Lyra Valkyria, she comes out to cut a promo, and it's announced that Lyra Valkyria, for the third time in 6 weeks, is going to be going up against Becky Lynch at Money in the Bank because they have nothing else, okay? She comes out and says, I wish I could say that I was going up against another opponent, new blood, and this. Like, no, we're getting the same shit. This is what I'm saying. We get the same shit on each show. This is Triple H's booking, man. Like, we got Chelsea Green when she won her mid-card title, right? She had to go and fucking fight the same motherfucker 8 times. She fought Mi Chen 8 times. 8 times. Multiple times. She could not get away from Mi Chen. And then the first time she does kind of get away from Mi Chen, you throw the title on fucking Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega, who is not over at all. Like, and now we're doing the same shit with Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch over here on Raw. All right, in the last 6 weeks, we've had this match 3 times. Lyra Valkyria has beaten Becky Lynch twice, and this will be the 3rd time. But now it's personal. Even though they've already fought twice and Lyra's won twice, now it's personal. That's why they're doing this, because Becky Lynch, she connived her way into another match with her. Then Becky comes out, she says a bunch of nonsense, all right, and I couldn't possibly care about this. At the end of it, though, this is what really pissed me off, okay? This is what really pissed me off. Becky Lynch says, like, basically the stipulation of the match is that if she loses, she can't go for the title again, which should happen, period, point blank, either way, because fucking Lyra Valkyria has beat her twice already, and this would be the 3rd time that she would be beating her. All right, but there's that. All right, there's that aspect of it. Next up, she says that if she loses, or if she wins, if Becky Lynch wins, then Lyra Valkyria has to raise her hand in the ring. What the fuck? This shit happens, like, that was going to happen anyways. Like, that's all that happens ever. People go out there, they have a match, and then they just raise each other's hands, shake each other's hands, hug, kiss, and smooch all up in the ring. That was going to happen anyways. So we had to sit through this horrible, awful promo. I do not like Lyra Valkyria as a promo worker. She's okay. It just doesn't make sense. Why is she called Lyra Valkyria? Why is she a bird lady? And she does not act like bird lady. All she does is come out with wings from time to time. And we're supposed to just sit here and be like, oh, well, like, she's just a regular girl. And there's a lot of just regular girls on the roster. And there's women that are better wrestlers than her in the ring. So there's nothing special about her. She has nothing about her, no gimmick. And she comes out there and tries to be just your average girl next door. And it's not good enough, man. It's just not good enough. She is fine, but she's not fine enough for that, okay? But whatever, okay? We move on. This segment was ass. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, they were backstage. Karrion Kross basically told Sami Zayn that he's a dumbass for not taking up Paul Heyman on his offer to go and challenge for the WWE Championship, which is a fucking fact. Why wouldn't you go and challenge for the WWE Championship if you have the opportunity, all right? But whatever, right? And then Sami Zayn tries to walk away. Karrion Kross says, you're never going to win the title, right? And then that's that. Sami Zayn walks up to Karrion Kross and says, I'll deal with you later. Whatever, we don't care, we move on, all right? After this, we get Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor in the main event. And this is also a Money in the Bank qualifiers match, all right? Now, this match was far too fucking long, okay? You can tell this entire match, they were just biding time. Half of this match, these motherfuckers were laid out. All 3 of them just laid out. Laying down all over the ring. Somebody's laid out outside. That's it. That was 50% of the match. 60% of the match was just them laying down. All right? Like, I'm so serious. And the other There was the other 30%, all right, was commercials, and then 10% was spots. Like that was this match, okay? Towards the end of the match, obviously, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came out to interrupt, starts beating down Sami Zayn, beats down, doesn't beat down Finn Balor. Some dumb shit happened with Finn Balor, okay? They beat down Sami Zayn. Jey Uso comes out and starts super kicking everybody. Then Braun Breaker hits Jey Uso with a spear, takes Jey Uso out. Bronson Reed smashes Sami up against the ring post, and then after that, he's like Dominic Mysterio. Yes, Dominic Mysterio. He comes out and he tries to slide a chair to Finn Balor. But he doesn't. He slides it like in the middle of the ring. Finn Balor starts to crawl towards the chair, and then Seth Rollins just stomps Finn Balor onto the chair. 1, 2, 3, and that's the match. Like, what the fuck is that? It was so overbooked, and then Dominic Mysterio just looks like a complete dumbass for getting fucking Finn Balor stomped onto a chair. Like, what is going on here, man? And then CM Punk's music hits. The crowd goes wild, right? Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, they just break away from the ring. They start walking up the ramp because they think that CM Punk is coming out from the entrance area. But of course, CM Punk is not coming out from the entrance area. He comes up from behind Seth Rollins, hits him with a GTS, and then runs away. And then the show goes off the air. What can I say? Like, what can I say about this show? Like, this is going to be a much shorter fucking review than it normally is. Because what can I fucking say? This shit was ass. Like, what, this is how you end the show? Where the fuck was CM Punk all night long? Why is it that CM Punk the last 2 weeks comes out for 2.5 seconds? He just does a quick brawl, does a quick skirmish, and then we just move on from that. No fucking promos. We still don't understand. We don't understand how CM Punk truly feels about this whole situation. We don't know what CM Punk is doing next. We're still in the year of our Lord 2025, still feuding with fucking CM Punk and Seth Rollins when this whole feud really started damn near 2 years ago when CM Punk came back. Still feuding. They've already fought. They've already been in a Hell in a Cell. Like, they've already done all this, and somehow, some way, for some reason, they are still fucking feuding. And I'm supposed to care, like about either of them, or Sami Zayn at that. Like, I was supposed to care about Sami Zayn. I didn't care about Sami Zayn before this shit. This show, man. This show, it won't get better. It just won't get better because this isn't the priority. The priority is not this show. The priority is Triple H's nutsack being stroked. Okay, it's his ego being stroked. That's the priority. So that's what you're gonna get. All right. So this show, I couldn't give this show anything over a solid 1.5 out of 10. Okay, let me know what y'all thought about this show down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to hear some more. And this has been your boy Nate the Great, back with another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.